So how to train AI in Godot like this with just a single plugin without touching keyboard. There is a timestamp below. Alright, part 1, basic setup. But I have a good news. You can come to this link in the description. This is a step-by-step guide I make myself. Simply just stop this video and open the link first. Okay, first you need to download Godot, .NET SDK, and Python. First, Godot. Godot, just make sure you download the .NET version. Okay, .NET. Hit this link, hit this download button, run the installer file. Alright, Python. Python, you need Python 3.12 because Python 13 doesn't work for whatever reason, I don't know. So hit the link, scroll down and download the installer file here and then run the installer file also. Then you can come to CMD and then run these two commands. Make sure it shows the version like this. Then you are good to go. So now is file structure. First, you create a new folder and give any name you like and then go inside the folder, paste your Godot app here. In this video, I will mention two directories. The first one is here. Here I call root directory and inside the app folder is Godot directory. Here is where your Godot project at. And after this, you need to download these two files. The first one is the actual plugin file and the second one is a Python script to train the AI. So for the Python script, you hit the link and then hit this download button. And then just put the file in your root directory. And for the plugin, you download the zip file and then go inside the zip file, add on, and then copy this. After you copy this, go to your Godot directory, add on, and then paste it here. Yeah, Godot RL agent, something like this. Then congratulations, you are done for the basic setup. Now is the Python setup. Yeah, it's still set up. I know it's annoying, but I have a good news. You simply just need to follow this command from top to bottom. Anyway, first in your CMD, you run pip install UV. If you don't know what is this, never mind, just run this command. And then after you install UV, go to the root directory and then right click, open with VS Code or any IDE. Then inside the IDE, Ctrl+dot to open the terminal. Run UV init. After you run this command, boom, a lot of crazy files appear and you don't need to know anything about this. After this, run this command. This install the Python package and this command will take some time. Boom. And you cd to your Godot directory and then run this command also. And after it is done, you cd ... to go back to your root directory. And then congratulations, part 3. You can finally open your Godot now. Okay, now I just want to show the example we are using in this video. And yeah, just a Flappy Bird. I can jump and then when I pass a pipe, I get 1 score and then when I touch the pipe, I die and the game restart. Crazy simple. Now is the juicy part. You will spend most of your time using this plugin. Okay, the first thing you do is go to project setting, plugin, and then enable this plugin here. After you do this, you can go to any character you want to train the AI agent. In this case, is the bird. Now, when you create a new node, you can see a node here called AI controller 2D. So attach this node and for simple, rename this as AI. This is where we control the fucking AI. Yeah, and you can see a script in here already. So what you need to do now is you go to the top and then extend script here. And then you will see something like this. At the top, you can see it extend from AI controller 2D. If you see this, you are right. So now what you need to do, first you delete everything. And then go to the magic website and then copy this crazy code, paste it here. This 1, 2, 3, 4 is the only function we need to use to train the AI in this video. So easy, right? But before that, I want to talk about reinforcement learning. This is the technique we use in this video to train the AI agent. So what is reinforcement learning, or RL for short? Reinforcement learning is we let the AI to learn from trial and error, which means the AI will take random action first and then they learn from their action. Here is the core concept in reinforcement learning. These three is important. The first one, action. Action is we let the AI to do something. For example, here, let's say you want to train AI to play Flappy Bird. And before we give the AI any action, the AI cannot move, the AI is just dumb, the AI is stupid. But after we give the AI action, the AI can jump. Yeah, next, reward. Reward is we let the AI be able to learn. Because now the problem is the bird now don't have any goal. The bird again. In here, we got a pipe and then we put an area after the pipe. So now the thing is when the bird pass the pipe and touch the area, we tell the bird, you did a good job. Then the bird will know, oh, this is good. But in another hand, let's say now the bird touched the pipe and then we tell the bird, you sucks, don't do this. Then the bird will know, alright, I should avoid this. Okay, next, observation. Observation is will the AI be able to see. Fun fact, the AI just now actually cannot see anything, which means the AI actually don't have any eyes. What is the solution? Solution is we give the AI eyes. If the bird have eyes, the bird can see his face. If the bird can see his face, he can also see the pipe. You are a reinforcement learning expert now. Congratulations. Okay, first one, action. To create an action in Godot, you need to modify this getActionSpace function. The first line you actually can ignore it, and then this is actually just the name of the function. We only got one action, which is jump. So let's rename it as jump. And then the size we will look at example later. And for the action type, we only got two action type, which is discrete and continuous. Discrete is a round number like 0, 1, 2, while continuous is it gives us a value between -1 and 1. Okay, let's see example. Let's say I put jump, size of 2, discrete action, then the output will look something like this. We only return 1 and 0 because the size is 2 and then it's discrete. Now, let's say we create another action called move, and then size of 2, continuous action. The output will return something like this. It may seem a little bit crazy, but what you can do here, let's say you assign this value to your position.x, and then you just plus equal this value. And then you can assign this to your y position instead. Alright, and if you have multiple actions like this, the output will look something like this. If you don't understand, simply just stop this and see the output. Okay, fun fact, everything just now is just number. So, to connect the action, first Ctrl left click, access the player or any character you like, and then you need to modify this setAction function. And this action parameter is just the output I showed just now. So, first, delete the first line, and then in this case, I simply just put if jump action returns 1, then the bird jump. And the jump function is a function in my bird script here. Really simple function, but don't talk too many shit. Let's try to run. To start training, first you go to your main scene and then you create a new node, attach a sync node here. And after you attach the sync node, you need to go to your VS Code and then run this command. And you don't need to memorize this command because everything is provided in my Magic website also. So just run. And then when you see an output like this means the server is started. This can let the AI to control our game. Okay, just play current scene. And now the bird can move, although it's just random movement, but yeah. And then when you stop the game, you will see something like this also. What you need to know is this time step can show you how long you train so far. Quick tips. Actually, just now I'm lying because we put a sync node in your main scene, right? But this is actually a really bad idea because what can we do instead is we create a separate scene and rename it as training. And then we can attach the main scene here instead. The benefit for this is we can duplicate the main scene multiple times. This can speed up the training process a lot. Yeah, a lot. And then attach a camera also and attach a sync node here. And everything just leave it by default. Alright, now reset environment, or in simple words, reset the game. Usually, when you want to restart your game, you get 3.reload current scene. But I have a bad news. This line of code will break your training process. So don't do this. What you need to do instead is you need to manually reset everything. But how to reset is really depend on your game. For example, in this Flappy Bird, we need to manually reset the type, the bird position, the bird rotation, the bird velocity, and the score. So many shit. And if you just want to see the code, here is the code. If you want to understand, simply just stop this. But if you really want me to explain, reward. For reward, first you come to this function and then just return a variable called reward. So actually, when you come to this AI controller node, and then it actually looks something like this. This is alien language. You don't need to know. What you need to know, you need to answer this question. What is the goal of your game? In our pipe here, we have an area for the player to get score. And then when the player adds score, I add the reward also. And then when the bird die, AI.reward minus equal 1. And the reward is done. Serious. Now, the only thing left is this, observation. In your game, what do you think the AI need to see? The AI can learn better when you give it the relative position. In this example, the observation I put is relative x distance and also the top and the bottom y distance and the y velocity. The final result looks like this. But how to get this value? This is our game here, right? So I move to here. This is our game. What you need to do is you want to get this distance. So this x and this y. You're not gonna to give AI like the pipe actual global position like this x, this y. Yeah, this is super hard to understand. So take this pipe position minus the bird position in vector 2. So in the code here is I take the nearest pipe position minus the bird position. Yeah, but how I get the top and the bottom here is I plus a gap distance. In this example, the gap distance is like 73 pixels. And then every observation is done. So relative x distance, top y, bottom y, velocity. Okay, and then just return a OBS here instead. This OBS here is this variable. Alright. visualization. Visualization is just show the observation just now, but this is important. Okay, look at this. I use a line here to show the observation. We need to make sure the AI actually sees something useful, because you don't know what the AI see until you visualize it. That's the problem. For example, when you look at this, everything works really good, right? But in training, GG. Yeah, that's the problem. Or something like this, or something like this, or like this. Okay, how to visualize? I use line 2D. So to use line 2D, you add a line 2D node and then control left click, access the line. When you see the code here, actually it's just visualize these three observations here. So we pass these three observations to the visualization function. Existence, top Y, bottom Y, bottom Y. And in the line 2D function, simply just use these three parameters. You need to clear every point, every single frame. And then from myself to the X, from myself to the Y top, from myself to the Y bottom. Alright, that's it. Okay, now Python command. I have a good news. Here are the commands that you will use 90% of the time. The first one, save the model, and then this, resume training with the model you saved just now, and then this, export as the ONNX file. What is ONNX file? Is the final result. This is the AI brain, and this command set a time to auto stop the training. And that's it. Okay, let's give a try. In this case, the file structure, I got a model in the root directory. Here are some models that I already trained before. Let's say I want to resume training with this model 4-3. So I can run the command like this. And then when we run, the AI is already somehow intelligent because this is the model 4-3 just now. We already trained before. So this will continue training with this. When we stop this, the model 4-4 is here. And then the model ONX is also here. But actually, you can just put app/ here to just export to your Godot directory. So you can just use this name instead directly in your Godot. Alright, now inspector. So let's see the AI node here. In the right side, this is the inspector. The most important is this control mode. When you expand this, you will see there's a lot of things here. But usually in the AI node, we just use inherit from sync. But if you want to change, this AI control mode here can override the sync node. Yeah, but mostly you don't. So see the sync node inspector instead. In this example, we have two scenes, training and result. Okay, so both of them have sync node. So when you see the sync node inspector in the training, the control mode I put training. Yeah, which is really straightforward. There's only three choices here. The first one is human. When you choose this, the AI will disable. What I mean by that, put in human and then let's try to play. Now, when we choose human, there is no AI here. What is here instead is me. Holy shit. Anyway, ONNX inference mean result. So in the training scenes, just put training, and then in the result, just put ONNX inference. And then this ONNX path, just put your model name. But just make sure in the same directory with your Godot project. Alright, now the second option is action repeat. And you can see here I put X step. So what is this? This means how frequent your AI take action. In very simple word, if you put high action step like X step, you will train faster, but low accuracy. But if you put low action step like 4 step, then you will train slower but high accuracy. But just make sure for the same AI model, don't change the action step. If your model is X step when training, in the result, put X step also. Yeah, don't put 4 step. Just make sure consistent. If you reach until this point, congratulations, because reinforcement learning is annoying. So just take your time and experiment. So good luck. And if you think this is cool, you should definitely check this video, which is everything behind the scene, where everything just f***ed up. And see you.